Shalom. Okay, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to the elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel. Now look at this here. Layoffs accelerate in May 2026 as firms restructure around AI. Something getting in my fucking eye. My damn eye. Excuse my French. 2026 layoffs tracker. Walmart, Meta, Morgan Stanley among firms. Tech layoffs tracker. My youngest son works for an extra tech firm. He's starting to see shit now. He just told me the other day. His first words to me was like, "Dad, you were right." What's going on? So it'd be a blessing if he was to wake up to the full truth. But I guess it's a start. It's a start. He's starting to see shit, and not be in denial. And that's a result of being around his goddamn mom, man. Her wicked ass. Trifling. Just a wicked demon, man. Just all these years trying to brainwash him, and trying to, whisper, always shouting in his ear that I'm crazy. We don't look so crazy now, do we? But he works for one of those firms that's near those data centers, and he's starting to track a lot of things that's going on. Anyway, so it's just a matter of time till he actually probably lose his spot. Yeah, because like this, like you're seeing, this AI, people are losing their jobs to AI. Where's that at? Where did I just read that? Layoffs accelerate in May 26 as firms restructure around AI. This is that Isaiah 19, man, coming in for as Ecclesiastes 12 as well. This place is shutting down and circling the drain. This bitch is circling the drain. This toilet, the Most High is flushing the toilet, man. Bankrupt bitch. It's all this place is. America is Babylon is a bankrupt bitch, a careless bitch, man. That brings to mind that scripture: "She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And that this bankrupt bitch has always lived in pleasure, man. Always lived in pleasure. Drunken, dope head, an adulterous, diseased nation, man. Let this be a memorial unto her. Her wicked ass. Her wicked ass. More layoffs swept across industries in early May 2026 as fresh wave of firms announced job cuts. This has been going on for years, man, and it's accelerating more and more. And that's a domino effect on. It's going to lead to massive crime and, massive crime, man. Because people need to eat. People need to eat, and that's the number one thing. People. It's my opinion, but I think people would prefer to eat than have shelter. But I guess there are those that are, feel more secure with shelter than eat food and water is, is secondary. I guess it's the individuals. Cloudflare announced Thursday it would cut more than 1,100 jobs globally around. That's just globally. And the massive cuts is coming to Medicare and Medicaid. Remember that. And how that's going to, and in Columbus, they're dropping Columbus and the suburbs where those nursing homes are. They're dropping patients off at homeless shelters, man, that can no longer, their insurance and is no longer paying, and their savings has been dried up. They're actually dropping patients off at homeless shelters, man, in their robes and undressed and everything. Without it, I'm not even exaggerating. They're literally just, uh, I mean, what's the word I'm looking? These people have no care, man, no sympathy. You know, this is what this place is turning to. The love of many shall wax cold, and all that money that's been lost through, especially like Medicare and Medicaid, that's going to affect these nursing homes and these hospitals. There was some, I can't remember where I found it. I could do the search that a lot of rural area hospitals can close down. I don't know what truth there is to it, but I've read that. And as a matter of fact, let me do that. They can keep a lot of this hush hush, trying to deny and ignore this place shutting down. Oh, there you go. More than 100 rural hospitals have closed over the past decade, with over 700 additional facilities, one third of all rural hospitals in the U.S., at risk of closing soon due to financial instability, inadequate insurance reimbursements, and federal funding cuts. These closures, which have exceeded 190 since '05, drastically limited access to emergency care and, in many cases, labor and delivery services. Key drivers of rural hospital closures: financial crisis, declining reimbursements. Already repeated all that madness. So there you go. I mean, that's where a lot of these um, out of order, wicked nigger women work, through these hospitals, in nursing homes. You know, a friend of mine, uh, well, shit, the mass majority of most females I know, you know, work through those nursing homes and hospitals. Okay. So, like I was just saying to a chick earlier, you know, how this is the Lord's will. I told her this is the Lord's will. This is what He desires, man, to destroy this place. And the funny thing is, this is what's funny is, I said that that's the whole point of the Lord coming to save. He's coming to save people out of the hell they're going to be experiencing here. And she said, I never looked at it that way. You'd be surprised how much these people that read the Bible and that go to church, that has spiritual advisors, that don't know nothing, man, that literally don't understand anything. What's the whole think? I mean, again, raise the question: what's the whole point of the Lord coming to save? Come to save you up out of your great good times of prosperity? you know, use some common sense, and that's what the thing these people don't have is common sense, man. When it comes to these last days and everything that pertains to these end time prophecies, we're waiting, man. We're waiting patiently. And Lord willing, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you give us that spirit to endure to the end. Okay? To endure unto the end. So Isaiah, let me get the scripture. We go through them all the time, which we're going to continue on going through them all the time, because it brings it. And I'm not even playing, man. It gives me great pleasure and satisfaction to continue on reporting on this, because I hate this bitch, man. I hate this place and the people in it. I hate them. There is nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless. The head and the tail, the noble palm branch, and the lowly reed. And that day, the Egyptians, it's another America. Babylon is the modern Egypt. If you don't know that, I can't explain it to you. But Deuteronomy 28 and 68, you shall go into Egypt again with ships. So this is Egypt again. Babylon, America, is Egypt. In that day, the Egyptians will be as weak as women. They will cower in fear beneath the unraised fist of the Lord of heaven's armies. Let me get another one, because there's a point in 15 that I wanted. That I'm just going through a host of these just to see what fire they have. There is nothing Egypt can do, head or tail, palm branch. Let me get the KJV. Seems to be the one that's on fire. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Any work. Man, I hope that China, which I kind of doubt it, but because these heathens love their money, man. And they will do business with each other while at the same time keeping an eye on each other in the corner of their eye. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I am with a motherfucker that I know that's been talking shit, or that that don't necessarily like me for no reason. And that's popular. That's so common amongst our people, that someone don't like you for no reason. You don't, and you would show them much love, and never done no wrong to them, and if you have, you may have apologized, and just anyway, just this that's so common amongst our people that don't that dislike you for nothing, man. Over shit that they can um easily overcome just by having a conversation. Or as they, like I like to say all the time, these people have been entertaining demons for so long that that demon literally can convince them of anything and everything. That's why it's important to be in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, so you can overcome them demons, those spirits when they get in your mind and your head. And I profess to that myself, because I can't tell you what's in another man's mind, but in my mind, in my own. We all have to fight with that shit, man. We all have to fight with that, those demons in our head, man. But as far as the spirit goes, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will overcome that. You deal with it in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You deal with it with the spirit. Dealing with demons, man. Let me see what the amp say. I've been hitting this amp a lot since Apostle Tahar has been doing it. Apostle Elder Tahar has been doing it. There will be no work for Egypt, which the head will tell high, palm branch, or low bulrush may do. There you go. Let me do this here. There was one I wanted to hit. Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm just going to go through this a little bit more. And another thing, mentioning the domino effect that it has, that less income that comes in with the crime, how that crime increased with that crime. These people are I was just reading this morning, the thefts coming from people getting arrested for the thefts in Walmart. People are desperate and to eat, man, they're gonna resort to that. And then, like I said, these grocery stores, Walmart, Kroger's, and whatever, Aldi's, whatever grocery stores there are in your areas that, with the thefts and the lack of funding coming in, they're going to have to shut down eventually. These places aren't just going to stay open and be not make no money, man. That's just common sense. That's just common sense, you know? So that it's going to get bad, man. You want to talk about when the scriptures say there's going to be a cry for, I know, a cry for wine, a cry for bread. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Let me open my Bible app here. Let me see. Can you imagine those that are hoping and praying? Oh, there we go. Hoping and praying that we're wrong, and we can't be wrong, man. We can't be wrong, because this is not our words. This is the Lord's word. And all we're doing is just prophesying of things to come. That's why you hear the prophets, the Akim, um, reminding you in their videos, the lack of scoffers now. Because I remember, especially, what was that? My first time hitting the highways and byways was July of 2009. Okay, and I was looking way before then to hit them highways, but I got on them highways at July of '09. From day one, from that moment, day one, we were beginning. There was a pushback. From the first time we went out, there was a major push against us being out there, man. No one wanted to hear, and as we got more and more mature and better in bringing out the message, especially being diligent, especially being consistent every week after week after week, those demons and devils were calling the cops. They were gathering in masses, thinking the numbers was going to get us to stop. But that shit and all come to us a damn near a complete stop, man. It almost come to a. We have motherfuckers in front of us, just so disrespectful, just pull down their pants, acting like they jacking off. You know what I'm saying? Playing with their rods, man. Edomites, just disgusting as all hell, man. Literally right in front of us, right while we're teaching. Throwing food, firecrackers, and one brother got a thing of piss through on him. He fell out though. The son and the father, well, it was the son that got it on him. Spitting at us, threatened to shoot us, guns pulled out. Guns pulled out on us. All kind of shit like that. But all that shit done come to a damn near complete stop, man. Because people are seeing now. They're afraid now. Now they're behaving to what they're doing. Most of them are starting to behave to please Jesus. Oh, they got to act more Christian-like now. Anyway, lament like a virgin girt with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. The meat offerings and the drink offerings is cut off from the house of the Lord. The priests, the Lord's ministers mourn. The field is wasted, the land mourneth. For the corn is wasted, the new wine is dried up, the oil languisheth. Be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen. How, O ye vine dressers? for the wheat and for the barley, because the harvest of the field is perished. And go and wait a minute, hold up, because that devil, these devils is behind a lot of this famine that's coming in. Your boy Hell's Gates. I'm just curious. Hell's Gate. That's a foul looking individual. He's a foul. That's just one of the many foul individuals, man. Foul. They're Edomites. Hell's Gate farmland. Why is the billionaire buying so much? Okay, there we go. He's buying up so much farm. 270,000 acres. And they're not even farming. And he's not even farming on it. He's just one of many, man. These people are on a tear of destruction, man. They're on a path of destruction. You know, they're literally are beginning to terrorize this earth, man, this planet, which they've always have. But these people are beginning to pick it up. They're beginning to pick it up. Like I've always been saying, we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen nothing yet. But this must comes to pass. These things has to happen, man, before Yahweh Shai appears. These things, this wickedness has to happen. So they causing this to happen through their many wicked schemes. What's that one? What's the cow's farts is destroying the ozone layer or something like that? The foolishness, man. You would think you hear this. You would think we're making this up. This devil's he's a devil. Methane and CA dairy farms. Factory farm gas is a false climate solution. Of course it is. Climate change is fueling extreme weather disasters, and industrial animal agriculture is both a victim and a major contributor. What? Now, you see how these people, you would think we're making this up. Farting cows, factory farms, and the climate crisis. This man is a devil, man. He's the devil. These people, they're devils, man. So right here saying cow burps, not farts, are the primary source of livestock methane emissions impacting the atmosphere. That's a goddamn lie. You know, but you'd be surprised. You'd be a fool. You'd be surprised these fools that believe this anyway. Because I learned not to give. You can't give people too much credit for having common sense, because these people are foolish and stupid, man. But then again, at the same time, there's nothing people can do anyway. This man has a wicked agenda, and nobody has the power in their hands to stop it, to prevent it from happening. You know, the vine is dried up, and the fig tree languishes. The pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, And the apple tree. Last time I seen an apple tree, it's been years. Even all the trees of the field are withered, because joy is withered away from the sons of men. Ooh, Newsweek map shows U.S. states suffering most layoffs in 2026. This is just today. But I hope, yeah, the worst. As far as Trump going to China, I will pray for the worst, man. Pray for the worst. And they do bring jobs back, it's going to be for AI any damn way. You know, these people ain't bringing, he's not bringing jobs back for you people. He's not going to, there's not going to be no success as far as them making this place great again. Because again, it would make the Lord a liar, man. And he said that the, 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 uh, the, um, uh, the jobs will be few here. Okay, here we go. There it is. Cease because they are few. In verse 3, you see that it says in the NLT, remember him before your legs, the guards of your house, start to tremble, and before your shoulders, the strong men stoop. Remember him before your teeth, your few remaining servants stop grinding, and before your eyes, the women looking through the windows see dimly. Remember him before the doors to life opportunities is closed and the sound of work fades. Look at that. Remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed and the sound of the work. I was just asking the cable dude that was putting up the new cable stuff, whatever, fiber optic stuff, whatever. Just it was an Issacharite too, and he is Issacharite. He grew up in Brazil. I mean, he told me, I had come here because there's more opportunity. Not for long, buddy. This is just the other day, and we were talking about the chip. You know, he and I tried to tell him, no, it's going to be a lot sooner than 5 years from now, as far as the, the 6G. He was saying 6G won't be we won't be using 6G in at least 5 years, and you know. Anyway, if somebody is not looking for wisdom and not knowing what's going on, of course they're going to say things like, as far as the chip is concerned, no, we're not going to be confronted with that, shit like that. But anyway, all the way from Brazil, man. It's closed and the sound of work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. Remember him before you become fearful of falling and worry about danger in the streets. Before your hair turns white like an almond tree in bloom, and you're dragged along without energy like a dying grasshopper, and the crab caperberry no longer inspires sexual desire. Remember him before you near the grave, your everlasting home, when the mourners will weep at your funeral. I guess all them scoffers that was scoffing before us now pretended to remember the Lord, huh? Oh my goodness. Beautiful times. Beautiful times. So it's going down still. It's going down still, man. And it's going to escalate. It's going to speed up. These job losses, they're going to speed up. Beautiful scripture where he says, giving reference to your comforts, man. The Lord said he's going to take your mirth away. He's going to take your comforts away. You know? And you Edomites going to be feeling it. Not having no more, not having, especially these summer months that's coming. I can imagine Edomites offering them and their whole family, man, just for not having air conditioning. Hey, evil days, man. Evil days. Anyway, keep watching, y'all. Keep watching and continue on in prayer. Praying for the elect of our people. For us to get the hell up out of this goddamn toilet. This wicked ass place, man. Pray for a speedy downfall of this place. Which brings a speedy deliverance. So let me give all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.